So this is a how-to video on our new Bellahoot dips. You'll have 3 liquid coats that will come with your kit. The first one that we will be applying is going to be the base coat. So what you want to do is to make sure that your nails have already been filed, cut, and then I've lightly sanded them as well and just used an alcohol pad to make sure that all the dust and debris is gone. So you want to start on one side and you just want to put a thin layer on top of your nail. And then if you get anything on your skin, just kind of brush it off. You're going to repeat this step on each of your fingers, always going into the same order. And we're going to do 2 at a time for right now, but you could proceed all the way around if you would like. So this is our dips. It comes in the little canister. You're just going to take your nail and straight down and pull out. Straight down and pull out. Now one tool that doesn't come with your kit is just a normal paintbrush. You can get them from the Dollar Tree, or maybe you have one stood around your home. I'm just cleaning the powder off of her nail, of her skin, and letting it kind of settle on her nail. And then coming back over here, and again cleaning off her skin. And then you just barely touch the powder on top of her nail. And then you're going to take that base coat again in a thin layer. You're going to go back over top of the powder. You can see the color starting to come through. Then you're going to take your powder cup and you're going to dip your finger straight down and straight down. And again, take your little paintbrush. We have nice soft bristle brushes available on our site as well. You can use that as an option. And then again, I just very ever so lightly go over top of the nail and remove excess powder. Now you can dip your nails up to 5 times if you're looking for extremely hard nails, or if you're applying it over artificial. You want to make sure if you are doing the tips that we provide that you are putting more than 2 coats on. This would be an application for natural nails. Again, you could have put the base coat on all of your nails if you prefer, but what I have found, doing just a couple at a time was easier for me, but I guess that would be your preference. So I'm putting the second coat now on. You can tell it's just kind of a repeat process. Thin layers each time you're applying. Again, if you get it on your skin, the base coat is fairly sticky, so you just want to remove it. And you're going to take your finger again and you're just going to go straight down. And then ever so lightly just brush off your extra powder on the top. Alright, and then the last dip. I'm going to go ahead and put the cap back on. Alrighty, so now you have your dip. So the next step would be your activator. We went from your pinky to her thumb, so for the activator you want to go from the pinky to the thumb. This automatically dries practically, so by the time you get back to your pinky, it'll be good for your second coat. Now once you get this first layer of activator on, if you feel like you have a bump or something's not smooth, you can just take a file. You do not have to remove it. You can file it down. It will not alter the color in any way. Making sure I have enough on her tip. And then we're going to go back to the pinky again and apply a second coat of activator. This one is fairly water consistency, so it automatically is thin. You can see how pretty the color starts coming out. And the more that you dip your nail, the more darker the colors will be. So everybody's color will be slightly different depending on how you dip. The last step is going to be the top coat. You want to make sure that you're doing a thin top coat. Again, it dries fairly quickly if you're putting it on a thin layer. The activator, the step that we just did prior as well, before you stick it back in the bottle, you can clean it off by rubbing it on, your towel that you have your hands on. That'll keep dip color out of that as well, but so far I have not had that issue. And then going back to her first finger, I'm going to put on another thin layer top coat. Alright, and her nails are done. So at this point, she would go in and wash her hands just to get the extra dust off. And she could put lotion on, she could put an oil on her cuticles. We do provide a nice cuticle stick as well online, and that's really nice that you use around your cuticles because these will last a very long time. So if you have any questions, just make sure you comment below, and thanks for joining in.